Hey guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over this pretty entertaining article that was written by a woman titled 16 Psychological Tricks That Will Make a Man Miss You. And in actuality, guys, this should really be called 16 Manipulation Tactics That Will Make a Man Miss You, become obsessed with you, and you can take advantage of. And essentially, this is an article trying to help women get guys to be wrapped around their finger, even though that's not what she claims. In fact, you're going to see at the end of this story, she's going to claim that this is not meant to be manipulation, even though that is 100% what this is. And I'm doing this one particularly for you dating and relationship guys. That's going to go through this whole thing, her mindset, her justification, and that can help you guys because there's going to be a lot of things in here which has been attempted on me throughout my life that I know it's happened to other guys, and definitely can help you guys out so you can spot these things and know what they really are. And I might add, I'm doing this also because it's funny, because if I were to do a video pretty much saying to do the same thing to women that you date, I would have people come on here and label me everything you can possibly think of, being a manipulator and all these awful things, because I would say to do the same thing. So it's okay when a woman does it and says that to a female audience, but when a guy says the same thing, then we're the bad guy. It's pretty funny there. So I'm going to go through this, guys. It's pretty long, but I think it's definitely worth listening to and entertaining. So it starts off, it says, I met Gabe at a college frat party a few years ago. He was the typical jock, really cute and funny. Found out we had a lot of things in common, and we spent all night talking, laughing like old friends. A few hours later, the party had ended, and it was time to leave. Gabe confessed that although we had only just met, he had been at the frat house for a few weeks and would be catching a flight back to his university that morning. We had a bond, and because we were young and hopeful, we decided to pursue it, despite the distance. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? That isn't always true, and I found out the hard way. A few weeks in, we started to drift apart, and eventually it all ended. Well, you just met one night, for goodness sake. It's not like you were dating for a long time and then did a long distance thing. Let's not get carried away here. This isn't a movie. This is real life, honey. In this article, I'll be sharing 16 psychological tricks, meaning manipulation tactics, that will make him miss you. These are tricks I wish I knew when I was in college, and maybe Gabe and I would have made it. Although I still randomly think of him and what could have been, the ship has sailed. She's still thinking about a dude that she met one freaking night and had a connection with. Has her dates been that bad over the years that one night? It's amazing they focus. This is just like a movie. It's amazing. There's a reason these rom-com movies do so well, or those romance novels do so well. There's an audience for this. She says, in case, however, the ship hasn't left the dock yet, so there's still time to apply these tricks and watch him go crazy over you. Let's get into them. Number 1, use scarcity to spur interest. Now, this is the tricky part. No one is asking you to go AWOL on your guy or to leave his text unread for hours on end. The rule is simple. Play hard to get. And I'll explain how to do it right. There you go, guys. Number 1, play hard to get. Manipulation tactic number 1. I really do like you, but I'm going to pretend I don't, just to get you worked up and chase me. She says, you probably think that it's impossible because you like him and constantly crave his attention. But give it a chance and you'll find it easy. Just as men are hardwired to chase women, women are designed to desire the chase. And even better, playing hard to get benefits you as a woman. Again, not my words. A scientific study by some expert researchers at the University of Rochester have confirmed this. Well, I'm going to stop right there, saying men are hardwired to chase women. That's a load of crap. Men have been brainwashed by decades of movies and television and media and music to chase women. To be the big pursuer and try to prove yourself and all that crap. Relentlessly bugging her. And meanwhile, men are actually hardwired to chase goals and ambitions. That's what we're hardwired for. Women are the ones that are hardwired by nature to chase, but they've been taught you don't do that. So everything's all messed up. And when guys relentlessly chase after women, it turns them off. Notice that? But women, the guys they really want, they chase them. They make it easy for the guys to ask them. They make it obvious. And you guys that have women chase after you know this. Right there. Either she truly doesn't get it, or she knows this but doesn't want to admit it. Number 2, the worst thing you'll likely do when you expect a guy to miss Let me just do this again. The worst thing you'll likely do when you expect a guy to miss is rush the process. You're probably rolling your eyes as you read this, muttering, I know. But do you? It's very easy to rush the process by actually showing your interest, planning dates, having long midday conversations, and doing all those romantic things you love to do when attracted to someone. The next time you feel the urge to go all out for him, stop. Please take a deep breath, relax, and let it go. Rushing the process will only force him to take a step back, and that's not what you want. In other words, sure, nothing should be rushed. I will agree there. However, she's saying, even though you really like the dude, slow it down in a way that doesn't make him realize how much you like him. Another manipulation tactic. If I told guys these things, which actually I have, people will be all over me. Another one, why should you play hard to get? Okay, I know you've fallen in love with him, and it probably happened on the first day you saw him. Trust me when I say I understand. But he doesn't have to know your feelings right away. Don't play easy right into his hands. You are a lady, and you should own your power. Men are naturally hardwired to chase. Here we are with that again. That's bullshit. And there is evident research to back this up. If you don't let a man chase you, he will start to lose interest very fast. That's a bunch of crap. And basically, show little interest and make him feel uncertain, and then he'll chase after you. What do I tell guys all the time? Don't show tons of interest. When you make them question how much you like them, things like that, it makes them crazy, and they chase after you. So here's the gal saying, now when I do it, I'm the bad guy, but when she does it, it's okay. Another one, social media is your friend. The cliche, absent makes the heart grow fonder, doesn't always work. Even though we know that you can't always be near this guy, you want him to think about you constantly. Otherwise, the absence would make him forget about you. How do you do this? Social media. Again, this is her opinion. She says on social media, post pictures, not just ordinary pictures in your jeans and t-shirt. No, you want to make an effort to look good. Wear something sexy and hang out with your friends, preferably a male friend. Seeing you look so good in another guy's company will increase the desire for you, making him miss you more. So pretend that you have all these guys after you and maybe make you wonder if that's your boyfriend or something like that to mess with his head. Again, when guys have a lot of women that like them, then women obviously think the guy's popular and therefore, he's desirable. Therefore, I want him. That's what they think. But see right here, more manipulation tactics. And if I said for a guy to do the same thing on social media, to have pictures of him with other good-looking girls, which would have an effect, again, I'd be the bad guy. So if you're noticing some of these things, guys, about the social media thing, or her acting like she has very little interest, taking a long time to respond to your texts, all these different types of things, this is on purpose. Or she has no interest. Another one, develop yourself. Of all the 16 psychological tricks that will make him miss you, this is the easiest, and perhaps the best one. Develop yourself by actively working on things that will make you better, your career, studies, business, and creativity. None of those things are going to make a man more attracted to you. So what is she talking about? But she's thinking from the perspective of what women find attractive in men. So this is nonsense. Men love women who have things going on for themselves. They see a well-balanced woman as one who is only choosing them as a bonus and not because she wants something from them. Focus on your goals and watch him desire you more and more. These are more things that women want. For guys, at the end of the day, if good looking, check. Great body, check. Fun in the sack, check. Feminine, check. That's about it. We don't need for her to make herself better with her career, studies, business, and creativity. No. Another one, glow. Real beauty is on the inside. It's just another phrase that won't help you. Men are physical creatures who are stirred by what they see. Well, finally, she's saying something that makes sense. As much as it's good to be a good person on the inside, you need to look good on the outside before a man would come close enough to know your attitude on the inside. Invest in your wardrobe, learn how to use makeup, and take care of your hair. You can even get a cool piercing or tattoo if that's your vibe. No, you don't want to get piercings and tattoos all over your body because that will turn guys, at least most guys. Another one, create a loop of desire. A loop of desire? Since you're both just getting to know each other, it is understandable that you want to spend every hour of the day together. That is great, but once in a while, let him have his alone time. Encourage him to go out with his friends, spend time with family, and have a separate life of his own. When you show you are secure and independent of his attention, it oddly makes him want to shower you with more. Or maybe you're just actually showing that you're actually a decent girlfriend that wants him to enjoy his time with his friends, his hobbies, and his family. So don't just do this to obviously put on a big act to make him think that you're that great or something like that, or to miss you more, that you actually want him to actually have a life because you care about him. You see all these tactics here? Another one, be someone worth missing. What does your guy associate your memory with? Is an important question to ask yourself. On the days you do spend together, you want to make sure you leave an indelible mark that he will continue to think about you to the next moment. You can coyly ask for his bucket list and then plan a surprise date at one of his favorite places. This way, anytime he thinks about you, he can only associate you with fun and laughter. She actually sat down and wrote all this shit out. Another one, emotional intimacy over physical. The issue with the dating pool these days is that too many people spend time building physical companionship so much that they aren't connected emotionally. Sex is good, but emotional intimacy is what will make a man crave you when you're absent. No, I think he's going to be craving the sex in your body if her body is that good. Listen to him attentively. Ask and observe. What makes him tick? Make yourself available as his confidant, and then watch him get emotionally attached to you. I'll read that again. And then watch him get emotionally attached to you. And when a guy becomes emotionally attached to a woman, that's when a lot of BS starts. That's when he stops checking her when she's being difficult or disrespectful, or amongst many other things. That's when he starts putting her on a pedestal. That's when she gets the power in the relationship, and that's usually when things go south. Another one, make him feel like a protector. To make a man miss you, you must treat him like a man. Of the 3 P's of manhood, the urge to protect is the strongest. The other 2 are to procreate and provide. Once in a while, give him a call and say something along the lines of, "Can you do me a favor, please? I'll appreciate it if you can come over and help me check my brakes. I can't find what's wrong, and no one else can either." Indirectly, you show him that you think he's brave enough to do what others could not find a solution to do. It's honestly so simple. Even if you're both long distance, there's always a favor you can ask of him. Again, not because you want to, because you care about your guy, but just to get him attached to you. Another one, be mysterious. This tip goes for people who have been in long-term relationships. One way to heighten a man's curiosity and keep his thoughts on you is to hide your cards. Ah, okay. Think about how celebrities change their looks from different events. They make us wonder and thirst for the next appearance. Thirst for the next appearance of celebrities? What are you talking about? Stay honest, but be very private. Divulge information about yourself, but keep the details to yourself. For instance, if you're having dinner with your family on the weekend, you don't need to tell him it is with your family, unless you specifically ask for the details. More manipulation. This is like how I say with when it comes to the gals, you want to make them. I always say you make them wonder where the guy is, what he's doing, who he's with, etc., etc. She's telling him to do the same thing. But what I say, I'm the bad guy, but when she says it, it's okay. It says this way when he's alone, he will obsess over the small details to figure you out. He will keep thinking about you and will also miss you. This is a guy we're talking about, isn't it? Another one, build tension. Not the negative tension, the positive one. Build intensity and excitement. Men love it. Sometimes after an argument, you might be tempted to send long paragraphs, but don't. Hold back. Even when he texts you, take a little time to respond. Build that tension within him and let him wonder what you are doing. Again, more manipulation. Right here, you have an argument. Take your time to get back to him. Don't write long paragraphs. Hold back on the text. Right here. How many times have I said when a girl texts you, take your time to respond. Don't rush into it like you drop everything to respond to her, right? Now, what I say, I'm the bad guy, but when she says it, that's okay. And even worse yet, if after you have an argument, deliberately she's saying, take your time to respond, amongst many other things, to get him all worked up. Another one, work on your signature. Are you memorable enough to stay on his mind long enough to make him miss you? If the answer is no, then you have much work to do. She's trying to condition guys to become obsessed. And sadly, there are a lot of guys that would fall for this crap and become obsessed. And when guys become obsessed and attached, that's when problems arise. Unhealthy attachments, frankly, any attachments to anything is not a good idea. She says, splurge on a perfume that will intoxicate his senses and leave a mark. Find out what he loves in the opposite sex and do it. You mean not necessarily be yourself? Create that appeal that will always make him crave you beyond words. Be unique so he'll never find you in another woman. Oh, for goodness sake. Another one, show your secret strength. Many men think that women are weaker vessels. If you show him that you are different in a first step in permanently intriguing him. Engage him in a boxing duel and beat the masculinity out of him. I'm joking, alright, but you get my drift. I'm talking about emotional strength and physical strength. Don't be emotionally bankrupt to the point where you are constantly begging for attention. Try not to send the "you're not online and I miss you so much it breaks my heart" text. When he thinks you don't need him, he will start to miss you more. More manipulation tactics. Trust me, a guy who really likes his gal would like to hear that she misses him and things like that. But she's telling him to do the opposite, make him always wonder. Another one, and you guys will definitely, for you relationship guys, you'll know this one. Another one, leave something behind. After spending time at his place, leave something behind. It could be your nightshirt underneath his pillow or your lip gloss in his drawer. Whatever you decide to leave behind doesn't matter, as long as you leave it strategically and meaningfully. If he's complimented your earrings on arrival, accidentally leave them behind. When he's gone, these are the little things that'll make him miss your presence. How many of you guys have had girls leave their shit behind your apartment or house, right? That could be one reason. Or another reason is they have a reason to come back. So if you ever get into a fight or break up, well, she left her earrings behind or her shirt that she loved so much behind or some damn thing. Another one, take something with you. While you accidentally leave something behind, you should deliberately take something with you. Not without permission, though. That will only be counterproductive to the entire make him miss you idea. You mean manipulate him idea? Be cute when asking for his stuff, and I'm sure he'll be willing to part with it a few weeks. It could be a sweater, a cap, or a shirt 2 sizes bigger than you. Then send him a picture of you looking cute in it when you get home. Yeah, and you never get that back. In conclusion, listen to this. In conclusion, these are tested and trusted 16 psychological tricks that will make him miss you. You want to be sure you properly read and digest to have your guy wrapped around your finger. There you go. She said it. Now listen to this. She says, be careful not to mistake any of this for manipulation, as that would just do no good. You just said a minute ago, you want to do this to have him wrapped around your finger, and now you're saying, be careful. This is not manipulation. This is 100% manipulation. These tricks are psychological, meant to play on our biological setup as humans. Make sure you like him and want a future with him because these tips will work. Good luck getting your guy. So there you go, guys. I'm sure a lot of these things sound familiar that many of you guys have experienced, particularly you relationship guys. So if you've ever had any women pull these things, be aware of these types of things, that it is a good possibility it is done on purpose. And if you see a girl you're dating, a relationship doing a lot of these things, it is on purpose. It is a power play and all. And again, if I told you guys, if I did a whole article or whole video, me telling people to do all these things, but just in my own words, people would come after me left and right. I'd have haters doing videos on me. I'd have people commenting away, saying nasty things. But if she does it, then it's okay. Now for fun, at the end of her article, a bunch of dudes commented. And clearly I'm not the only one to see through this bullshit, so I'm going to read some of these comments from guys. One guy says here, define manipulation, please, because to me this is manipulative. And she says, and he's quoting her, saying, post pictures, not just ordinary pictures, in your jeans and t-shirt. No, you want to make an effort to look good, wear something sexy, and hang out with friends, preferably a male friend. Manipulation. Another guy's quoting her, is saying, be careful not to mistake any of this for manipulation, as that would do no good. These tricks are psychological and meant to play on our biological setups as humans. The guy says, I'm very interested how your brain can logically stitch these two sentences together, one after the other, spontaneously combusting. That's what I said. Another one said here, note for guys reading this, if you end up utilizing any of these tricks, knowingly or unknowingly, be ready to be branded as a player, manipulator, insensitive, selfish, and whatever else the girl you're seeing and her besties can think of. And if she has a Medium account, you may even see an article written about yourself. Translation, what I said, if a guy wrote this, then he'd be labeled all those nasty things. But if she wrote it, it's okay. To help her land a man, something like that. So there you go, guys. I thought that'd be a pretty entertaining one to go with. I was able to keep it under 20 minutes, so that's good. So, all right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below and what you think about this. Let me know, guys, if you observe these things with girls you've dated and been able to see through the BS when they pulled it and gotten out of there or turned it around? Or have you been a victim of this BS, but you've learned your lesson? I'd like to hear about it. And guys, also, you come across a good article that you'd like me to cover in the future, by all means, email it to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time, I'll get around to it. And this also includes personal stories. You guys know the stories I cover here, something you've been through, you've overcome. And I don't care if it was, last week or 20 years ago. As long as it's good, I'll definitely do it. Just give me time. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.